At Unity College in Dimapur, hosted panel discussion held today on the topic 6 scheduled Tripura Accords and negotiating the future of the Northeast at IMC Hall. Dimapur HornbillTV put a forward question to ex-MLA Mhonlumo Kikon as to whether he would now speak on the unrest in Manipur as he is no longer a part of the BJP. Kikon answered by saying that he would now take time to focus on policies that matter to the people of the Northeast directly. Hornbill TV questioned Tripura Mota founder Pradyot about his views on David Murasing's 2,500-kilometer journey to Delhi on foot to demand for greater Tripura land. Pradyot asserted that he supports his move and that on the 9th of September he would join Murasing at the Jantar Mantar, but without any political flags, but only as a Tiprasa.
College, and I'm very sorry, students, but I thought I will not get an opportunity like this to ask questions to such esteemed panelists. My question is for, I have two questions, and that's for the both of you. And the first question would be to esteemed Sir Mhonlumo sir. Sir, we understand that in the month of August, you had resigned from the BJP party, and now...
See, they have silenced your mic. See, Mhonlumo has silenced your mic. Yeah, I did do that.
All right.
He's saying you resigned from BJP.
So you resigned from the BJP. You were the BJP national person. So we understand the
person. So you could not speak about the Manipur issue, which is our neighbor. And we know that no state can function properly if our neighbor is not doing well. So now that you are not part of the BJP, will you in your own medium and in your own capacity speak about the unrest that is currently taking place in Manipur? My question to Sir Pradyot, thank you so much for being a panel, and I'm honored to have you here. Sir, my question is, David Murasing is embarking on a 2,500-kilometer journey by foot, asking for a demand called Greater Tripura land. What do you have to say about that? And also, there are so many young kids here who are the future and who are the next generation. What are the imminent threats? Because sadly, like Sir had put, that Tripura is an example that Nagaland is getting into. So what are the imminent threats? So if you could explain to the students here in the bold way that Sir Pradyot always does. Thank you so much.
Why did you leave the BJP? That was not the question, but I just want to say
that after having served for around 13 years in the party, and I decided to resign, and it was not a secret. I actually issued a statement to the media. I was very clear that I want to engage our youth in the Northeast on policies which directly impact them. You know, we are so focused on discussing about one incident, one event that, and we are very reactionary about those incidents in the Northeast, be it Manipur or be it Assam, Arunachal, like if there is a protest against Siang Dam in Arunachal, there will be a huge hue and cry and people lose focus. So I wanted to actually bring the discussion back to where it matters. The institutionalization of policies, there's a saying, and I always keep saying, that we have democratic institutions in place in the Northeast, post-independence, but are we really seeing democratic processes flourishing in the Northeast? So, as soon as I resigned, I had the opportunity to actually travel to Imphal in the day after I resigned. And we hosted a show there where we discussed about uncomfortable things, but which were at the center or at the heart of some of the conflicts that emerge in the future. For instance, we have not addressed the question of, and I asked him openly in front of the Métis and the Nagas, whether you support the Métis demand for scheduled tribe status. For instance, are we not willing to discuss such controversial, maybe uncomfortable issues in a democratic, civilized manner? If we are not able to do that, then we have not reached that level of civilization where we address issues which impact all of us democratically. As enlightened, educated human beings, we should be able to discuss all those issues. For instance, then whether the Métis will accept a 6th schedule type of arrangement in Manipur. So this may happen or may not happen. It's not the government of India discussing, but its public intellectuals should actually come and discuss broader issues which impact us, which affect and impact the society at large, we have seen the outburst of violence. I think, to your question, I would be focusing on policy issues which, like this. Usually, Nagas in Nagaland will not discuss sixth schedule, as Daniel rightly pointed out, it does not affect us directly. But then we have negotiations in place where aspects and elements of sixth schedules are in place. But we don't know what status is the sixth schedule in. It's under amendment now. And amendment, how did that amendment come about? Like, for instance, why I wanted to listen to Kongpat is because the sixth schedule in Meghalaya is different from the sixth schedule in Mizoram and even Assam. And the Boto territorial arrangement is also slightly different from the sixth schedule in Meghalaya. There, the three indigenous communities, Khasi, Jantia, Garo, are the actually majority communities in Meghalaya. But they have the sixth schedule. Why was it necessary? Today, if I ask Kongpat, do you want Article 371A kind of status, or you want to continue with sixth schedule? She would say she would want to continue with Article 371A. There are aspects of constitutional provisions in the Northeast that we don't talk about. So, even as a citizen, that she asks you to be a good citizen, but as a citizen, if you don't know these constitutional provisions, when issues like Manipur emerge, you will not be able to address that. So I agree with you. I'm freer now to actually look at this aspect of policies which needs to be discussed by our students. If you ask any college student to write a chapter on sixth schedule, they might rely on AI or they might just study it. But if you really want them to reflect on how it impacts society, it's difficult. That's why we want to have these conversations with college students. We want our college students to have meaningful engagement on policies. If I ask them about tribalism, it's easy for them to say anything. But, as a student, we expect more from you. We expect more from them. And I believe in the policy, catch them young. When we engage them on these issues, I think that is a mission that most of us should engage in while being active in our own political party. So I would not say I'm independent. For me, my focus is on the indigenous communities of this region. We will be going all over. We'll be having these sometimes adversarial but sometimes friendly discussions in front of the public, because it's just to elucidate the various aspects and dimensions of issues that we are discussing. Unless we do that, we're just giving them spoon feeding and they'll grow up to be robotic citizens. We need active, dynamic citizens like Daniel, who is opposing. In Nagaland, if an issue like that occurs, nobody will stand up and oppose. Nobody. Because the clan will become involved, the tribe will become involved, Nagaland state is not just for one tribe or one community, it's for everyone. Today I don't see that. So I must rethink my career as a politician. I must rethink myself as a public intellectual. So I must advocate those policies which affects us all. And we must have that discussion at a broader level. So I'm just being a little reactive to your question, but that's the way forward. And to the rest of the insinuations that you are making, I don't think it's serious to address those also. It's not serious. It's important that we discuss policy. That's why we are here. Maharaja.
I don't know why you all call me Maharaja every time. I look like Air India. Feeling Maharaja.
No insult, man, but yeah.
Your question about David Murasing. I'm supporting him. He's walking all the way. He started the journey from my house in Agartala. He started the journey from there and he's reaching Delhi. He's walking to all you people. There's this young man from Tripura, who is walking all the way from Agartala, Tripura to Delhi to push for the demand of Greater Tripura land. And on the 9th, I will be there myself in Jantar Mantar to show my solidarity. And I will not go there as a founder of Tripura Motha. In fact, my suggestion is that there should be no party flags. There should be only leaders who come across political parties for this issue, and we all show solidarity with him and for our demand for Greater Tripura land. Regarding Greater Tripura land, your question, whether it will happen or not happen, see, it will happen. Whether it takes 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 100 years, it will happen. I may not be alive, but one day it's a dream of our people that we will no longer be divided by artificial borders. It's a dream that brothers will be able to meet brothers, sisters will be able to meet sisters, we'll be able to live freely as we used to till artificial borders were made to divide us. It'll happen. And even those people who are very powerful today, they know. Today, they are trying to ensure that it doesn't happen, but it will happen. And it is a dream, not of mine, but of every genuine Tiprasa for this to come through. Your point regarding the question that you spoke about being fearless and bold. You know, I don't know your name. What's your name?
Hello. So my name is Akivito, sir.
What?
Akivito, sir. Akivito.
Akilito. Akivito. You know, I'm getting older. I'll give you an honest answer from my heart. I'm getting older. When Apok and all used to meet me in Shillong, I used to be a young college guy. I'm getting older. I'm getting very old now.
So you're old.
And no, he's still young.
He's saying you're old.
Yeah. And every day, one day is less in my life. And to be very honest, I have less time left with me and more time has passed. So I don't know how long I'll live. So when you die, you have to have faith. First of all, you have to have faith. And lately, I have realized that I have a lot of faith that I have surrendered myself to God. The God may be Jesus, Ram, Buddha, Allah, that is separate. But I have surrendered myself to God. And I know that when I die, I will have to meet my Maker. And my report card will be there. And in that report card, I want to ensure that the God gives me a space in the pearly gates in heaven. If I genuinely work and I genuinely fight for my people, and even if I fail, at least I will know that I gave it my best shot. So, I want to be remembered by all of you all that there was a son of the last king who fought for his people, who never gave up, who didn't compromise, who did things with integrity and honesty, who loved his country, who loved his people. And if I can keep that fight, and even if I lose or I win, eventually I would know that I fought a good fight and I fought on the side of truth, honesty, and I didn't compromise on the integrity of our people. So that is what drives me on. And you don't have to be bold, courageous. You have to be God-fearing. You have to surrender your ego. Don't have ego. Don't become arrogant. Don't have anger. Learn to forgive. Learn to not forget, but forgive. And learn to focus on inspiring rather than making people hate each other. So I want to spread positivity. And to do all that, you don't need to be bold. You need to have courage. And to have courage, you need to surrender to a higher power. And I think I've found my peace with the Almighty. And that's why I think I'm on this path. And if you all can support me, I support all of you all Nagas. I support my Indians. I support my country. And I think we can only become a stronger country, a stronger community, if we can focus more on the positive and loving each other rather than hating each other and finding faults and focusing on the negativity. I think that is the spirit in which I would like to take this forward.